Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody at their YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box, and I'm Mr. Pointy today. I point at all things. Today is another episode of Toy Photography Talk, but we're going to have an interesting time yet again because Instagram likes to keep bending me over and making me take it. Now, the new hashtag is not working. I can see the old hashtag, but not the new one. All I can see of the new one is the top post, so it's just great. So if you post it in Toy Moz and you're not in the top post, I'm probably not going to see you, but I can see Invader Moz, and I'm not going to try to risk refreshing that. So I apologize. We got Loco Lu coming in today. Perhaps Harold. He said he was home early, so I'm hoping we can get him in here. Haven't had him in here in a minute. I miss him. But let's say hey to everybody who's in the chat right now. Noble Young first as usual. Bennikin. OG fan when Star Wars just Star Wars. Thanks for being a member, mate. I appreciate it. Loco Lu, he'll be here shortly. He's in the chat, but he'll be with us shortly. Bob Dylan. What's going on, Bob? Long time no see. And yeah, I'm bending over and taking it right now. But you guys may be asking, why do we have Spider-Man out? And I can at least go over that because this week, I decided to pose my Spider-Man again. You know, I hadn't done much with my Spider-Man in a minute, and I was like, man, there was somebody in I think 1/6 Republic, and they were trying to get this pose out of their Spider-Man, and I was like, you know what? I'll see if I can help you out. OG fan, good day today. Got Ahsoka and Moff Gideon today. Unboxing Ahsoka now as I enjoy it. Man, I'm jelly. As congratulations for you, but I am jelly. I am jelly because I'm still waiting on mine. I don't know what's going on, when my shop's going to get her one day, right? But in any case, let's look at this Spider-Man pose, okay? So we're going to pull this up real quick while we're waiting on Lou. And Lou's actually really good at posing, so hopefully he'll be here when he can, and we'll go over this. Here's the pose. Now, like I said, 1/6 Republic, they had a guy in the upgrade suit from Far From Home, whatever, post a pose similar to this, but the upgrade suit's a bit more flexible. So this is the best I can get with this one. OG fan, that is the only other Spider-Man I want. RW and B Spidey is awesome. RW and B. I can't think what RW and B is. I'm so dumb today. I'm sorry. Um, but anyway, here's my only Spider-Man right now, right? And in order to get this pose, you're actually doing something. You're not actually trying to crouch him like that. Hold on, Bob Dylan. Moz, did you hear the news about Blitzway and Ghostbusters? Apparently, licensing being held up by Aykroyd and Murray. They won't redo the first movie version, but possible for a sequel version. I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get, Bob. No, I didn't hear that until now. I heard they were having trouble procuring licenses from them, but oh, red, white, and blue. I mean, the advanced suit. Gotcha. Um, so yeah, see, I did know they were having problems with the license. So long as the right now the Ecto one gets made, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. We'll work out the figures later. And of course, OG fan, red, white, and blue. So, all right. So in order to get this guy in that pose, you're not gonna, your instinct is to try to, pose him and do all this and do all that, and whoa, why can't I get it right? I can't get it. Blah blah. This is not working. Actually, what you're gonna do is you're gonna, pull him back this way, and getting this leg is the trick. You want to bring it out, not there we go, out and up as much as you can, and you're gonna kind of do this. You do this with the leg, and of course, put the bendy here. You're going to twist the torso. You're going to bring that hand in and get that looking up. And see, we're already kind of there. So this leg is going to be out, not, not the way you'd normally do it. So out with this foot turned down. See how the foot is turned down? And maybe just a little bit more down like that. So he's in my pose, his knee is not actually touching the ground. So, he just looks like you got a weird broken leg thing going on there. It's really crazy. But and again, we're gonna tilt his body up there. Now, this is the leg that gets really tricky here. This leg and the upgrade suit picture that's on Facebook, the forward leg is really far forward. So you don't want to force it, of course, but you do want to get that leg as far forward as possible and like this. And you actually want to go out more. Not necessarily up, but you want to go out and up. So when you got them on the ground, let me see here. Yeah, it's pretty close. This is just going to be a winging it like really fast version of this pose. So I'm going to put them on top of this thing here, which isn't, of course, big enough. Why wouldn't it be? Hold on. We'll put them on top of this lunch tray, okay? And try to get you the guys the camera view here. So, and I could probably tweak it a little bit, get this leg a little bit more set. In fact, we can probably try to twist that ankle. Never tell you the odds, kid. All right, Han. Bob Dylan, thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've had it for a little bit now. I appreciate it. Wow, you a huge one, man. Let's just give you a highlight there. I don't get them too often, so I'm not too used to it. I've had a few, but not many. So I appreciate it. All right, so we gotta get this pose here, and you want that. Hell, come on. Now his arm doesn't want to support him. All right, let's see if we can get this over here. Let's see how this looks. Oop, about to knock over a drink. There you go, guys. There's essentially the pose right there that you're seeing people do. So you can pull this off in the advanced suit Spider-Man. You can pull it off with this suit. In fact, this pose actually turned out a little better than the one that I did the photograph of. So there's my pose, and I wanted it that dark. It's not like it had to be that dark. I just like the look of the picture, the way the contrast worked on his colors of his suit and everything with this particular color scheme. So that's why it's like that. Um, but as you can see, the pose itself is really, it's really wonky when you look at it. Let me turn his head the right way. This is bothering me. And his knees now touching because his leg doesn't want to be nice along with his hand here. There we go. Let me see. Let me look at it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So there you go, guys. And of course, tweak the hand a little bit. It turned on its own there. Optimally, you want those fingertips touching and not the rest of the hand. You want the fingertips. And as you see, the tips aren't quite touching. They're close. But that's how that pose works. Now, if it will just focus on him and not my ugly face, we'll be good. So, yeah, that's how you pull off that pose. And if you want to look at it from the backside, I'm going to pick him up. So he's really funky looking when you look at his body with this pose. So he's doing like this weird thing here with his body when you're posing it. Look at that. And then he looks all kinds of broken. Like Vecna got a hold of him and broke all his bones there. You know, you've seen Stranger Things. But that's how he's going to look until you put him down and you look at him at the right angle. You know, you get him sitting there, he's going to look. Of course, I always got, see, perspective. I can figure this out. But yeah, just that's the pose though, right there, guys. That's how you get the pose. Now you don't want to leave this suit in this pose. Obviously, this is a suit that's going to be really tricky to do. And of course, the OG fan, thanks for thanking Bob for me. Appreciate it. But yeah, so I did this shot and I wanted to make sure you guys understood how this pose works. So here's the shot again. This, I shot at f2. I wanted that depth of field. I wanted that shallow depth of field, and we're focused on the fingers right here. When we did this shot, we're focused on the fingers. So if you look at the picture, like the actual picture, he's going to start blurring out. Like his face is not in focus completely. It's getting blurry because the depth of field is so shallow. You really want that hand to be like just sparkling, predominant, because that's what you want to focus on. So the f2 has got my very shallow depth of field here. I got my shutter speed at 1/4, so 1/4 of a second. And ISO is open up to 100. And I didn't shoot the behind the scenes for this because really it was a spur of the moment shot. I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody about how to pull off this pose. And I just wanted to get back to that. And then I was like, man, I should shoot this figure real quick, And so that's how we got it. But if you must know, there's a light over here off to the right. And it's more behind him because if you notice, it's not really catching the front here. And I got a light. There's Lou. Loco Lu.
What's up?
Let's take a look at your pose.
More or less
the camera
the same
angles off.
More or less the same because here's the thing: his hips don't pose out all the way like a Marvel Legends would. So he has restrictions. So sometimes you got to cheat it.
Nah, not the suit, man. You can do it. You want to lay him down. Hold on. I'll get it back.
You got to cheat it to get that long leg pose because
hold on.
If you do it the other way, it's a different pose altogether. It's a hero landing pose.
Oh no, I don't want the hero landing. I want the I'm gonna fight. Of course, his head's not tilted the right way, but that's that's how you get him that low. I was just showing him that to get him this low, you're really just gonna kind of do that. You're gonna put this leg out as far as you can, kind of down, and this leg out is kind of going out from the hip outwards, and then your downwards is mainly just the foot.
Yeah, mine looks a little bit different than yours because mine.
Yeah, you got his knee down like this.
I got his knee actually down, so his toes is up.
Yeah, you want his
and
toes
he's
to be
holding
doing.
himself up like that.
You want the toes doing all the work
I've done
there.
this pose before where he's like this, and he's holding himself up by the fingers.
Yeah. Well, that's a superhero landing. That's not quite what I'm going for, though. I was going for the wall crawler kind of look, you know.
Well, that's not a wall crawler either. He's literally splitting. That's the split pose. That's the split landing superhero pose. It's still landing.
But that's the one that's on the Facebook group that somebody was asking how you did it. That's why I ended up doing this. Let me get his suit out of this pose. But you know,
because this gives you only a certain amount of range. You have to, do a lot of twisting, and he will be super.
Oh yeah, if you try to do the actual, bend or whatever, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
It's not like your Scarlet Spider or your your upgrade suit.
Not even Scarlet Spider, because Scarlet Spider got butt cheeks, so you can't even put his leg back if you wanted to.
Okay.
So that sucks on that part. It's like, if you want a perfect Spider-Man figure, it won't be a Hot Toys figure. It will actually be a Mafex figure.
Mafex?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the. Well, you're supposed to hopefully have a black suit to hook me up with, right?
Oh yeah. As soon as it starts shipping, because
yeah.
Mafex,
I'm not saying now.
The tendencies with Mafex, they delay and delay and delay. As long as the figure looks perfect, that's all that cares. That's all I care about. As long as it's perfect when it's done, that's all I care about. That's what happened with my Ben Reilly, the sensational Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. OG fan says that was Spider-Man's wall crawler pose long before MCU stole it for Iron Man.
Wrong, OG fan. Wrong.
Anyway,
see, even the bikers agree with me.
Anyway, so this is the shot that we were talking about because, like I said, I was in the Facebook group and somebody was asking how you pulled off this pose. They used somebody else's picture of the upgrade suit, and they wanted to how to pull off this pose. So I put it in that position, and then I did a little video showing all the different angles. And while I had it in that pose, I was like, well, let's take a picture, and then here we have it. I was gonna have him on a wall crawling up, and it just didn't look right. The wall I had just didn't look right, so I was like, we're gonna have him on the ground and do that. So, but as I was saying, the lights, I got a light back here on this side, but it's more behind him, kind of, but yet pointed towards him. So it's at a diagonal, cutting across here. Then I have another light up top here, and a little behind, actually probably right above him, just enough to get some light there. And it goes all the way down his arm. And then I think I have a little bit, just a little bit of focus light over here on this side. Like I said, I didn't take behind the scenes of this though, because I was just too busy. I was doing other things, and I was like, well, let me try to help this guy out with the pose question. So do what I could. But dude, all right.
There's your wall crawling.
Oh, hold on.
There's your wall crawling. That's
yeah.
a wall crawl.
That's a wall crawler.
Yeah. That's a proper wall crawl.
Yeah.
That's how you actually do it.
But
that's a wall crawl. That's a wall crawl. A landing pose is specifically Spider-Man's landing pose is something what you did, Maz, because that's his version of the landing pose where his legs split out. I remember watching late night X-Men or Marvel cartoons. And at the very end credits, you'll see the Marvel logo pop up and Spider-Man will come and land. And that will be it.
Yeah, you do that real wide out leg there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unfortunately, because of the way it's designed, you can't get the splits that you want that will make it easier. You have to finagle it and kind of cheat it, hide the foot or something.
Yeah. Well, you get the leg out the right way here on this one. The back.
He's actually doing a wall crawl.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So in other news, you guys are gonna see some interesting stuff coming along the pipe here. I got my 3D printer back up and running, and I'm already working on a Terminator diorama for Terminator photos.
I need one of those.
I'm on my I got 4 so far. I got another 2 printing right now. So these just came off the printer. I haven't sanded them yet. But And then these I've already put a base coat on. That's why they're black. And another thing I printed out actually that this is a great reason to have a 3D printer. One second, I'm going to put this on both of us real quick. Hold on. I meant to have it over here. I forgot. Now there's a free STL file you can get. And if you're a printer, you know what that is. For the moon. And it doesn't look like much now. I should have brought the light over here too. I'm dumb. Hold on.
I love OG fam. I need him to say it. He needs to say the line. He needs to say the line. He needs to say the line. Where's P Rock? Is he in here? I know he probably done with work and whatnot. Let's see. Doc Smizzy. What up? Yeah, P Rock is here. What's up, P Rock?
Yeah, what's up, P Rock? Okay. Oh yeah. Boba Fett's must have. All right.
Muscular.
So as I was saying, I have the moon here, right?
What was that?
I had one of these before, and it fell, and it broke while my printer was down. So now we are back.
Oh, nice.
It's a little too dark, or I made it too bright, so now you can't see the detail.
No.
There we go.
There you go. Now the camera's capturing.
But it can work as a light source, as well as what's going on, FPJ? How you doing?
Yeah, that's as well as just straight up.
Yeah, let me. I'll make myself bigger here so you can see it. But it's just a gray ball, but you put the light in there. And the way I printed it is I left the opening to put the light in there. And this is probably a little big for 12 scale, but it could probably work either way. And yeah, really cool. It took me about 4 hours to print that, but it's hollow, so it just got a box there.
What up, bro?
I do have an older picture. I'll see if I can find it. Where I have that moon like in use. It was on my old Instagram though. So Lou, as I was telling them, the hashtags.
I heard the hashtag wasn't working. It was bending you backwards, bro.
The new one is not working. It's only showing me the top post right now. And then the old one, it's working, but I'm afraid to refresh it. So if anybody posts anything new, if I refresh it, I'm afraid it's going to break. Because it's like, it's there for right now. It's there. But, yeah, it's so I'm looking for this picture while we talk. It's very frustrating. I'm trying
to. I noticed that on a desktop, Instagram doesn't work as well as it does on a phone. For some reason.
Yeah, it's really disgusting.
Well, what it's really meant for is disgusting.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. There we go. Instagram. Let's see if I can find this picture, if it's here or if it's somewhere else. Let's see. I did a cool Batman shot with this moon a long way back here. There it is. All right. We found it. Let me share this real quick. So this is with my old 3D printer room before I broke it. But
dope.
Yeah. That's the same 3D printer moon. Well, this is a new one, same size, same file, but there it is. It's pretty cool, right? Just print out a little moon and there you go. This is the same size too. It's 100 millimeters in diameter, this moon here, in case you guys were wondering. That has been my hardest challenge with this 3D printing stuff, is trying to figure out how big things need to be. Like with these skulls, this is the second round I had to print it. The first time around, as cool as it looked, they were a little too big. They're huge.
Wait.
Hold on, I'm zooming in.
Yeah, thank you.
So this is the first print, and then
Okay, if you was to take the Spider-Man head and put it next to one of the skulls, which one does it look more comparable to?
This is the right size here, and the way I measured it, because they're half skulls, is I used my Predator spine trophy to measure out the skull, which is not over here right now. I'm not.
I was going to say put it next to Spider-Man's head just to get an idea, because remember it's just a cloth over a face sculpt, and everybody's skulls will have different sizes. I just want to see a comparison. That's the big one,
No,
right?
that's a small one.
That's the small one.
Yep.
Yeah, the small one's perfect, bro.
Yep. So it's tough to figure out though, because all these printing programs are in millimeters, and us, Americans,
Yeah,
we don't understand that measurement at
we
all.
don't use the metric system properly.
I'm like, how many inches is that? It may
That's what
not
she
be the
said.
most conducive way to figure it out, but that's what we want to know. How many
That's
inches?
what she said. How many inches is that?
Yeah, right. So let's take a look at the hashtag we got real quick. And Lou, actually, what we want to do in a couple weeks here, I need to work out where I'm going to put my laptop when I do this, but we're going to try the directing thing, but switch it around where I'm taking the shot.
Okay.
So you'll need to be set up though at your laptop if possible, so that you can read the chat, because I won't be able to see it. I'll be doing my
I can read
thing.
the chat now.
Yeah, well, sometimes, but if you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah.
Hold on, who we got here?
I get the notifications now. I learned how to actually read it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm a little slow.
Hold on, I'm looking at all this stuff here. OG fans, same here. Ahsoka already has a space reserved for her. Yeah, dude. My Maji cases are going to be here soon. They should be in port this week.
Let's go.
So then I got to wait for them to get unloaded, but they're supposed to be docked up this week. So
wait.
Soon.
Instagram is making you bend over backwards and take it, and then you waiting for Module Case to offload it.
Yeah. So let's take a look at what we got this week on the Instagram, guys. This is under the Invader Moz hashtag, which there are stuff that we didn't go over last week because people had been posting here and I wasn't able to see it. AO.Z has got some stuff here. I mean,
bro,
this right here, man. He's shooting in front of a screen. You can see that. It's pretty obvious. What's up, A-Screen?
Not bad. What's up, Adrian?
You can't hop
Commander
on. That's
Green.
sad, man. I haven't had him on here in forever. It makes me sad. I'm so sad.
He's too busy for us, man.
Yeah, I guess, man. It just makes me want to cry. You know what else makes me want to cry? Dude, I tangent real quick.
Go ahead.
I was on the Book of Faces and I saw a promo locally for a band, the Dead Kennedys were going to be playing here in Atlanta. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen them. I thought they would never tour. I thought Jello wasn't with the band anymore and blah, blah, blah. And so I went and bought my tickets. And I was like, yeah. And the show's on Thursday, so I won't be on Brothers Cousins on Thursday.
Okay.
But then I realized that the lead singer is not with them. I was like, God damn it. I was like, there is no Jello in my Dead Kennedys. That is not the Dead Kennedys. I don't care what you call it. That's not the Dead Kennedys if you don't have Jello. You need Jello.
That's like who was it? It's like Boys to Men without Slim.
I don't know who Boys to Men is, but I'll just nod and smile. I mean, I know who the band is. I don't know
or like
I don't know the people in the band.
Wu-Tang Clan without anybody in Wu-Tang Clan.
These are outside of my jurisdiction as far as music goes, but I'll just nod and smile.
Wu-Tang,
like you probably were doing.
Wu-Tang.
But back to AL.Z. So what we got was a New Hope Trooper? No, Remnant Trooper. I can't tell. It looks kind of dirty though. So I don't know if it's a New Hope one, but it doesn't look yellow enough for Remnant. Stormtrooper Commander. There you go, right there.
Stormtrooper Commander.
Yep. I should read. The trooper itself is lit up really well. I even like the motion blur on the hand here, but you don't have the color matching with the background. And I suffer from this too. I have a hard time compositing these things with the background. P-Rock, yes, I've heard of the band Wu-Tang Clan. I've probably even heard their songs, but I don't know the band members. Fair enough. How dare I? I dare.
Old dirty.
Stan Bush says I can dare as much as I want. I can dare to keep my dreams alive. So there.
Method Man.
Group, not band. Okay, group, band, whatever.
Group, band. Everybody has a voice. B-Rock, don't worry.
He's really worried about the Wu-Tang Clan.
We'll pop his cherry.
So, but one of the other things I do like about this is you've got some nice lens flare coming in here, like it's actually being provided by the light source up here, even though you probably have your a light source, but not whatever image you're using is not providing
Mm-hmm.
those lens flares. Is what I'm saying, but so everything is really great in the foreground. The background, you have the color grading differences, and that's something you would want to work on if you're going to continue to use images or computer monitors or however you did that specifically. What do you think, Lou? What you got?
It's really difficult to take photos in front of a monitor because it's projecting its own light, and then you have
Mhm.
to kind of match that with what you got in your surrounding light. So usually, from what I understand, when it comes to taking pictures in front of a monitor, if the scene causes for a lot of light and there's no color differences, it's a lot easier to use as much light as possible. So that way it doesn't look so much of a difference, like you can tell. I think
Mhm.
it's kind of like the similar nature of the volume because it's basically a projector. You know, it's a screen, but it's so much light in there, it's ridiculous. But I get what you was going with it. It's dope. But when it comes to like the Photoshop stuff and whatnot, I'm not as technical as you saw last episode with Maz. Maz is the man with that. I'm the one with the poses and the diorama displays, just like he is. He got his poses, he got his displays. Not gonna take away that from him. But
You
we
can't. I
gonna
got a
pose up.
pile of skulls here to say you can't.
Yeah, I know, because I want the skulls, bro. I want the skulls, bro.
Well, the STL files are free, man. You just got to have the printer to print them out.
I don't have a printer. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
send you a spool, bro.
You have to send me some resin is
Some
what you need
resin,
to send
some
me.
resin. Yep.
And then some time. You have to send me like a time card, some time,
How
because
about
each one of
now?
these files, well, although you can print 2 per plate, was like 4 hours.
Mm.
So anyway, so AOL.Z, man, great shot. Like I said, he's lit great. You just got to work on that color grading between your foreground and background. That's your big thing. Even the pose is pretty good here. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got here. Ooh, who's this? AO.Z. Real nice use of your what do you call
Focus,
it?
depth.
Depth. Yes, thank you. Depth of field. I like it a lot. What do you got, Lou? I went first last time.
Mm. Depth of field is dope. It's not often where we get to see the blasters versus just seeing the troopers themselves. This is I would call a fresh take. Other people will say no, it should be the other way around. We want to see the character, not the object. But you see this in film all the time. You'll see a close up of the individual, and then they'll just fade into the object, or you see the object and they'll fade into the individual. So this is a dope shot altogether, bro. I would tweak the angle a little bit, but I'm looking at it from my perspective right now and through a little camera, so a little phone. So you know, I could be wrong, but other than that, I'm impressed with the shot. I like it.
Very nice. First, I want to address P Rock. I don't remember the name of the brand, but yes, the brand does matter. I would have to get up again. It'd be like the fourth, fifth time I've gotten up during the show to go get the bottle to tell you what the brand was that I used.
Y-
But
Isn't the brand drop your drawers?
anyway, moving on to AL.Z's picture. I agree with you. The perspective is a little weird as far as the gun, the angle it's being held at. What I would suggest is not even, you could even hold this gun like this, but I would suggest doing a one-handed hold and not a two-handed hold because the supporting hand on any hot toy doesn't really fit around the barrels properly. It makes it look kind of weird, like it's a toy holding a toy gun, toy whatever. Whereas you got a single wielded weapon. You got your hand, and you can work it out where the perspective is right with the one-handed gun hold, and it looks like it's holding and about ready to fire a gun. But when you're using that support hand, especially that's the foreground hand, um, that's really hard to hide that he's not actually holding it. Because if you're holding a gun like that, you're going to have a good grip on that, so that gun doesn't go anywhere. You want that barrel to stay where you're pointing it. The whole reason why you're holding it like that. So that loose grab on the barrel that he's got is throwing off the entire rest of it for me. Otherwise, it's a great shot. So it's just a limitation of the toy, though. It's nothing you did other than choosing to use that gun. He's got another gun, a one-handed
You would
gun.
try to blur it in some way somehow, right, Maz?
Say again?
You would try to blur this in if you wanted to like
If I
complete
wanted to
this
do this
specific
shot, I would be nitpicking it until I got the angle where this hand doesn't look as atrocious as it can.
Atrocious? We're gonna use that word?
Oh,
It's
well,
not that
it's so
bad.
harsh. I know. I was trying to back up as I said it. This hand is really detracting for me. You know, it just really the rest, the perspective, the use of perspective on this shot is really great. I love the glossy shininess that the armor's got. You know, everything about it looks great. It's just that hand is bothering the shit out of me. There's nothing you can do about it, but maybe try to play with the perspective, or what I would have done just to make it easier, do a one-handed shot, you know, where he's got one-handed weapon, a handgun of some sort, or his other, you know, their other smaller weapon that he can shoot one-handed. That's just me though. But another great shot with AO.Z though. Lighting is on point. I like it a lot. Well, let's see what we got next. AO.Z, man, he's loving his Stormtrooper, man. He's loving it.
Yeah, this shot looks better.
It's okay. He's still in front of a monitor.
Mhm.
He's gotten his light, the color a little bit better, but it's still, the depth is not right. Like I think, I don't know how to explain it.
It
It
doesn't
looks
look
like
like
this
it
whole
belongs in the scene.
everything behind him looks flat, and it's just the way that the depth is in that shot.
So he would need more focus on the figure and less on the background.
Yeah,
As far as in focus shot for the depth.
yeah. I think what might be throwing off as a trained eye is seeing a certain depth. Because I mean, all right, I think he's a perfect example. You got this motion blur on this forward hand, which tricks your eye into thinking that the depth of field is shallower because this is all blurry, 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 and then it gets non-blurry, right in here. Even though you know this is a motion blur, it's still playing with your eyes, and you're seeing it as possibly a shallower. You know, you're like you're only focused right in here, and it doesn't extend here. So if it doesn't extend here, which is, you know, what, half a foot and a half, 2 foot in front of you at most, um, then this stuff behind would be really bulked out. You know,
Yeah.
so
I
the
think
bulk of,
motion blurs are good for certain things like a tail or even a object that's being thrown, right? But a throwing motion is a whole entire physical motion. So if you was to watch someone throw something, regardless of what it is, in
yeah, it's
film,
your
and
whole
you took the
body.
time pausing it and pausing, you'll see that it's capturing that. And if you do it in slow motion, you see that everything is blurred out until they get to the release. Once the release is there, they're completely still, and you can capture the actual individual that's actually doing it, because it'll be like his face will stay still, but everything else is in motion, right? And it'll be
Yeah,
blurred out. So, like not everything needs to be blurred, But if you're
yeah.
trying to
If you're
convey a
doing, if this is
throw,
a
the motion
throw
has to
though,
go.
you're gonna want the way I would blur it. It'd probably be like this whole side of the body,
Mm.
except for maybe the head, because your shoulders are gonna be what's moving. Really, your head won't move as much. If you're throwing like a grenade or something, but
Mm-hmm.
you would twist your whole, you know, this whole area would move.
Yeah.
See, if you watch my hand, it all moves. It all moves when you throw. So this whole bit here is going to have some blur to it, not just right here, unless he's like got a shake weight and he dropped it. Maybe that's what he's.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it is. He was shake weighting and he dropped it.
Maz with a funny one. But
But the lighting's good. I like the lighting. The lighting's
yeah,
good.
the lighting is all on point. It's on point. But it's also the pose that throws me off, because he has his blaster in front of him and he's throwing like this. So it's like it doesn't convey the motion when you have a oh, sorry, baby.
Okay, you finished?
That's okay.
Yes, what did I
You can
tell
hit
you
her.
about walking up behind me like that? What's wrong with you?
Is he the Spider-Man?
Yes, that's a Spider-Man, baby. Say hi, everybody. Say like, share, like. share, comment, subscribe,
Hey,
and hit that bell notification for more. Just hit the bell.
the bell in the kitchen before.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dare
Actually,
you.
as I'm looking at back to this figure though, as I'm looking at it, I see that he cut this figure out of a shot that he did on a gray background because he missed a spot. See that gray right here? So this wasn't shot in front of a screen. He had shot it on top of a gray background. What's up, 6 scale Padawan? How you doing? Says I'm here for the photo editing master class. What's up? I wouldn't say I'm a master at anything, but Penelope. Who's Penelope? Is it Penelope here? Oh, the hello. IR dumb. Yes, there's a Penelope here. It took me a minute to click.
Did someone say pineapples?
Yes, on pizza is good. But yeah, the lighting, you get the lighting matched up really well. You just missed this mask here between the arm and the body here, and I think that you wanted a more of a bokeh on this background. Not a whole lot more, but just a bit more. It's too focused to work with the blurs and stuff that you got going on with the rest of the shot. Let's see what we got next here. All right, Teft Images. Teft Images. You got Django Fett. This is Diablo Fett, Django Fett. Nice on location shot. Interesting location, actually. Well, we got Lou. All right, Lou's busy, so we'll move in. All right.
You know me,
So,
man. Being a dad, I'm working 24/7 doing this.
I know you are, but what am I?
I actually like this. It looks like if it was on, on set, the lighting's on point. Because obviously it's, open area, it's natural lighting. Um, if it's a beach in Florida, beaches in Florida. Yeah. I would have had. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done differently here. This looks pretty good. And then I have my. Well, give me one moment.
Yeah. All right. While he's doing that, we're gonna move in here. I'm gonna take a crack at this. It's a great premise of the shot. I like the premises. It's on location, which is great. It's of course much ballsier than I would do. Don't take a lot of figures outside, as I've mentioned before. There's a few things I would address though. You want some more light on his front side, and I would suggest, since your light is kind of back in this direction here, a little bit behind him, but up in this direction, you probably want to put a bounce card over in here somewhere so that the light will bounce more towards his front here, just to give it a little bit more standing out there. It looks like you're on a hazy day though, or in some shade, so you're not getting a lot of direct light at this time. The other thing that I would do is crop this. Maybe give it if you want the widescreen, you could do like do what Harry does on all his shots and do that widescreen effect. Put the letterbox on there. I'll show you a picture to.
Hot Toys Hotline, what's up?
Say again.
I said Hot Toys Hotline, what's up?
Hot Toys Hotline, what's up, man? How you doing? P Rock says, that's where my good friend resides, so I'm sure the beach sand. I'll ask him. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Got some pine though. There's a little piece of pine here.
Yeah. Bounce cards. Yeah, bounce cards could work, to illuminate the front a little bit, but it looks like all the lights in the back and he's kind of like darkened in the front, which doesn't bother me as much. But what does is his right arm for shooting. It's like his arm is down here and he's twisted to the side. I would assume
This one
he
here?
would. Yeah, his right arm. Yeah. I would assume he'll extend his arm for a proper shot while he has his assisting blaster as a distraction. But that's just me. I'm just, trying to nitpick, like, what we do here. we try to look at things and critique it. Like this right here, this is trash right here. This one
Well,
right
no,
here,
I was just using this
complete
to show you
trash.
the letterbox that you can add to it to kind of give it that oomph, because this is added letterbox here. I wasn't
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah. All this is trash. The posing of the
Okay,
cape is trash. The
yeah, it
posings is
is. You're
trash.
right.
The
What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Um, but no, I would have cropped this in. You probably even would cut off when you crop it. You'd cut off like not show you the actual feet, so you'd be cut off around here-ish, and then maybe even part of his antenna up top, depending on where you want the crop at. But I would come in and give it that crop. You don't need to see the whole body here. Um, I mean, cropping it with that letterbox effect is going to give it more of a cinematic look. And the reason why I mentioned the bounce card on this side here is to try to get some of that light to hit the visor is really what I'm going after, just to give it a
Yeah,
little
I
bit of
know
life on that visor.
that's your go-to, man. You need some light on
Well,
that
it's not
visor.
just my go-to, but look how dark that visor is, and there's something going on he's aiming at, so it may be some blast
I
of
get.
fire, anything you can
I hear
say to
you.
justify some light to be like, hey, there's something over there that's happening, so there might be a light source.
I
Um,
hear you. I hear
so,
exactly what you're saying, Maj.
but it
But
would liven it
I
up a little
think
bit.
I don't know. Oh, this is the word I want to use. The
Okay,
figure's pose looks kind of stiff. That's what's bugging me.
okay.
He looks kind of stiff. He doesn't look fluid. He doesn't look weighted. He just looks stiff.
And half of that would get fixed if you just crop out his legs too, because the knee bend is kind of awkward. On top of this, the arms. But I think the arms are a limitation to the suit because I understand this figure doesn't pose well.
Well,
You
we
probably
shall
have
see
to go
when
in
I
there and
get the
modify
figure.
the suit. Sorry,
We shall see. Cause oh, I
I
forgot
don't
to
have
tell
it,
you,
so I
Mas.
don't know.
I forgot to tell you, Mas. Um,
I knew you ordered that
I'm
mall. No,
two.
wait.
I'm two. Oh no 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 no. I'm two Death Troopers in, one Chrome
Sweet.
Trooper in, one 501st in, Anakin and Stap in, and finally Spider Gwen.
Nice. It's about time you got Spider Gwen because she is fire, and I'm gonna pull her back out when as soon as Miles drops.
Oh yeah, that's why I waited. I wanted Miles to drop, and he's the last one to come out before the event. So I'm hoping he comes out soon. And let me see. I hear, man.
But
So
but
oh,
back
some
to
stuff.
back to Diablo Fett, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
try doing the crop, cropping that in a little bit, maybe trying to get just a little bit of bounce light. You don't need a whole lot, just a little bit of bounce light on this side. It doesn't have to get that visor and give you that cool light down the visor, which is what I try to go for. I don't always get it, but I try to get that reflection on the visor just to give it some life there. As far as the arms go, I got a good feeling that this is limited by a fat suit. You can even tell when how thick this bicep is here. Is probably what the limitations are. But yeah, I'd look into doing that widescreen crop. That'd be my thoughts. We got AO.Z again. Now this is really good.
This is the wide shot you was talking about with the
Yeah, he's doing the widescreen
with
here,
the
right here.
yeah.
Uh, adding his little letterbox on there, which is awesome. Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at the chat real quick. Lou, you want to say anything while I'm looking at the chat?
Oh yeah, Lou going ahead first into Star Wars. Finally, we're producer. Well, here's the thing. I've always was going to go into Star Wars. It's just that I was looking for which is going to be my first. So
Yeah, it's like his first time, so it had to be special.
no. It was my
Gotta
first
have the
because it was this.
candles, the mood
It had
music, the
no
Anakin on
man.
Stap.
No man. I needed the KY and no condiments over here. Just KY.
Make
No
sure that,
condiments.
that they got plenty of time to hold you
No
afterwards. Gotcha.
condominiums. Out. Now no, but I saw the Death Trooper because I wanted the Death Trooper. I like the size of him, the bulk, the design of him. Black and green looks great, and that's why I end up getting that as my first. That was my first figure that I pre-ordered. Just like, all right, cool, I'm going for it. So, but that's my first shot of Ahsoka in Soy on Facebook. Okay, OG fan, you got that, Maz?
I got it, man. Boom.
Here we
And look,
go.
there's some 10% off codes. And look, it's like the Matrix, man. Look at you get He's watching us twice. What? That's crazy.
Uh,
Dual
yeah.
monitors. I got you.
Okay, flexer. He's flexing with dual monitors. He's like, yep.
Dude, I'm so jealous. I want this figure. I want her now. I want her stat.
Yeah, I'm holding off for the other thing. What? Crazy Chrome Trooper. Yeah, all things.
This is awesome though, man. Thanks for sharing her.
Yeah. The shinies caught my eye because here's the thing. The Chrome Trooper I got the day after the Death Trooper. I was wanting a Death Trooper before, and I'm like, that would look so great with Moff Gideon. And that's why I got it. And I'm like, okay, I need to go that have a Death Trooper with Moff Gideon because I'm getting a Moff Gideon at the end of this month. I'm just gonna put money aside and get that. Also, whatchamacallit, that Chrome Trooper, it just gives me freaking Rocketeer vibes comboed in with some RoboCop. So I'm kind of like jelly of those who have the original RoboCop like Maz. And I'm like, okay, how can I fill in that void with some Chrome goodness? And that's the way, and this is the way.
I don't know if that's really going to replace the RoboCop, but sure.
It won't. It fills in the void for the Chrome. That's what
Okay.
I mean. The shininess.
Well, the new Mando could have done that for you too.
Yeah, but that Mando ain't coming anytime soon. And
he'll be out in the next. We'll probably be out before Miles at this rate. So back to AO.Z though, man. This is a great shot. I love it. The lighting is really on point. I'm just struggling to find something to nitpick at here. I'm trying to decide where the choice was for this greenish light because that looks like it would be coming from over here, and I don't see any hint that it's coming from over here.
I know what it is. I know where that green light is. That green light is the underwater base in Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's what it is. That's where that's coming from.
Okay. Well. I'm just saying in the picture you can't tell, but other than that, yeah, it's a great shot though. I think this is a really good use of lighting on this figure. Like I said, the green is just throwing me off, but that's fine. If you know where it's coming from, that's great.
No, I shot in the dark. I put hope where people say there's no hope. I like bringing hope.
Hot Toys Hotline. This is Death Trooper was for sure my first choice, so I feel you there. I just got Moff yesterday. Super dope figure. Dude, I wish I had the money to be buying these figures right now, but I don't.
You can, Maj. If you really want to, stick it to people, man, work at a casino like me, man.
There's no casinos here, man.
Then come to New York, man. Drop everything. Come to New York.
Hot Toys Hotline. I have the RoboCop 2-pack with Murphy. Man, I'd love to get the Murphy 2-pack, man. I got the RoboCop on chair. I didn't get the 2-pack. And the reason why I didn't is because I really wanted the chair at the time. And now I'm kind of kicking myself because the 2-pack was pretty damn good too. It's good though. I mean, I take what I got, But I saw the single one. Somebody was selling him today. Just the regular RoboCop without the chair or anything was $500 some odd bucks today. I saw somebody selling for just that. Let's see. OG fan. My Death Troopers have been waiting for Moff Gideon for like 2 years. But where's Krennic? You could have had him with Krennic. P-Rock's first Star Wars hot toy was Yoda.
Yeah,
my first Yoda is going to be the sideshow Clone Wars Yoda.
Don't start, okay? Okay, P-Rock. All right, he knows that's a sore spot for me. Me and him have the same favorite character in Star Wars.
You and I need to just get the Clone Wars one from Sideshow because that's going to be a beast, dude. That's going to be everybody.
Oh no, yeah, that's going to be nice. That's the only animated one I'm going to end up getting anyway, if anything, because I can't double dip. Not in 6 scale. I can't double dip unless it's Spider-Man, just so I can have a classic suit mint, just in case. Because
See, I need to try to work out money to get that before that's gone too. There's so many figures right now I didn't pre-order. And I don't have the money to procure right now, and it's bugging me. Like Moff Gideon, classic suit Spider-Man. There was another one in that list.
I got classic suit Spider-Man coming in on Thursday.
Nice.
So you're gonna see some nice
Hot Toys Hotline. He says he wanted the mechanical chair pack right now, but he's so equally jealous. Well, that's nice that we're equally jealous of each other. My first hot toy was, of course, ESB Boba Fett Deluxe. Nice. I got the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett 40th. I don't know if that's the same thing. I doubt it. And Hot Toys Hotline. I'm like Nate. I double, triple, and quadruple dip. Nah, I can't afford to do that, but that's good that you can.
Well,
of course.
there's so much to buy. I can't double or quadruple dip. The only time I double dip was for the Death Troopers, so that way my Chrome Death Troopers could look good next to Moff Gideon. That and Chrome Mando whenever I get him.
I kind of wanted the Chrome Death Troopers out of the chromeness things. That's what I wanted because it would look more like just regular Death Troopers, but yet even like
Real shiny.
more so, you know.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of cool. But
yeah.
But
I'm good with one clone trooper, because I'm gonna put my head sculpt on it. So it'll be dope.
Oh, we got a shot here from Quaynor52. And Sideshow wants to use this shot. So that's pretty cool. He's got 2 Deluxe 501st and Ahsoka. I'm still waiting for my Ahsoka. It's a nice little shot. To be honest, though, it does look like a shot with just your phone and no real lighting, but that's fine. I mean, the composition's good. And there's nothing overly lit except for maybe her face. Got a little too much harshness going on right here. But what do you think, Lou?
Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. It's not much bad I could say about it.
Just nitpicking, right? You know, just nitpicking. And until you get a camera, you know, that's cool, man. This is rock on. This is awesome.
Well, if it was me, I would have the whole shot in black. Just, you know.
In black?
Yeah, like the background all black and just have like the void space.
Oh, okay. Well, Zord Photography, he's been doing really good with just an overhead light lately. I don't know if you've seen some of his stuff, but he's just doing like an overhead, and it's really great lighting on it. And a lot of his shots, he's done a lot of with Ahsoka and Anakin and stuff, and a whole bunch of 501st. It's turned out really good. So, when in doubt, man, just a good overhead light can really do wonders if you can get it in the right spot. Hot Toys Hotline looks like a pick I would take. Once you roast the detox potato pick of mine, I could use some humble pie. What?
I'm not even.
I don't even know what you mean there. I don't even know.
I'm not even making an attempt.
Oh, look, there's one of my shots. This is a redo because my account was hacked, so this is an older shot. But I did go back and crop it.
Yeah,
I gave it the border,
I don't know.
the original wasn't cropped.
That it has that very cinematic vibe to it, bro. And I think it's the temperature of the lighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not too hot, it's not too cold, but it's cold where it needs to be.
Well, it's got a blue gelled light. It's behind Celtic here. It's pointing straight ahead at the camera. And it's got a nice barn door, so it's open a little bit wider, so it's hitting Scar here on this backside, a little bit here on Chopper, and then I got 2 lights, warmer lights, one to each side, and I think this one on this side is a little further forward because it's catching more of a Celtic side here, whereas this one's only really catching Choppers. So yeah, it's probably about a 3 light shot. This is an old shot though. I don't remember what I used to shoot it with. The original shot was old. This is just what happens when you have to rebuild your account. But yeah, this is a custom chopper. Hot Toys doesn't have an updated chopper. LOR Customs did that helmet. Although I have another custom helmet that German Beast Custom did, and he did all the trophies and stuff that's on him. So that's why he's also tagged, but I can only tag one collaborator. So I went with LRL Customs that time. So, yeah. But that's not why we're here. We're not talking about me. Here's Quaynor again with another Ahsoka shot. You got good composition here. I really like this, Quaynor. But your light source is a bit too harsh on her face. Now, if you were able to Photoshop the lightsaber, it would probably make it look right. You know, you could call that the lightsaber light and be the end of it, you know, the end of the discussion. But
Yeah.
and I guess you can use your imaginations and that could be what it is. I don't know. What do you think, Lou?
Well, that's the beautiful thing. You know, you could always, you know, use your imagination when it comes to things.
But yeah, it looks like he's using a flashlight right here.
I'll put this for you.
Good shot though, man. Good colors. I like the colors.
For you.
Quaynar, man. Quaynar again. Look at this.
Nice.
This is really nice. This is nice. Good Iron Man, Miles. And I like the effects you got there to give it that nice kind of glossiness to it.
Yeah.
Just added a
Okay.
smoothness or something. I don't know. Oh man.
It's so bad.
All right. A daughter.
All right. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move ahead real quick. Lou, keep me posted on that.
Yeah.
We already talked about all these, I think.
Bucky O'Hare, man.
Yeah. Yeah. We
I
talked
wish I
about all this
could.
stuff.
Oh, wait. Go back. All the canceled people in Hollywood.
Huh?
All the canceled people in Hollywood.
Yep. Yep. All right. So it looks like we've gone through all these shots. Let's go to what we can see over here real quick. This one's Pleatherweather. What is this, like a Pokemon figure? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Vaporeon.
So he's got in-camera rain effects he's using here, right? And you notice how, and this is something you got to learn when you're using rain. There's a couple of things. One, you need a very fast shutter speed, which means that you need a ton of light. If you're not using a flash, this is a very intensive lighting process, because a flash can be a lot brighter than your standard, LED. Like these are technically for video, the way they work. But a lot of photographers now use these lume cubes and stuff. But if you want to get this reliably in a nice open rain effect, you're going to use a flash. Now, if you're not using a flash, you're going to have to backlight with a really bright light to get this rain effect. And you're going to have to speed up your shutter to at least 250 a second. That's your minimum. I still haven't been able to get to that frozen water droplet, so I'm thinking that's on my camera closer to 400 or 500 to get that, the beads. And again, you need a ton of light because you're opening up your shutter that far. That means you need a lot more light to come in. So when you're doing this kind of shot, you're going to need as much backlighting as you can get, and then you want a fast shutter speed to catch the rain, because if it's too slow, you're not going to catch it either way. Let's see here. All right, so Lou, man, you said you gotta take off a little early tonight. I'm sorry to see you go, man.
Yeah.
I hope your
man,
wife's
my
doing
bad.
okay.
Yeah, she's good.
Um,
She's good. Just gotta help out and stuff, the usual stuff, and then get ready for work. But yeah, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit that bell notification. Follow Miles's Instagram. And yeah, catch you in the next one.
Thanks, Lou. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it.
Peace, guys. No problem. Anytime, brother. Peace.
Later. Let's see. We'll move on to the next shot then. This is Sid Vicious Toys. I don't even know what this is, but this is a really nice shot. Some 1/12 figure, it looks like. Maybe a Mezco. I'm not sure. The lighting in general is just all over really good on this. You get some sort of backdrop giving you this lightning effect. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like it could be like those static ball things you used to be able to get Spencer's or whatever. Because it looks like he's got a couple of them, and you see that round sphere there. So maybe that's what that's from. I don't know. This is a really nice shot. You even got the motion blur going properly on the propellers. It looks pretty good. Your lighting's really good on here. There's nothing really negative I can say about this at all. I like it a lot. Yeah, really good overall shot here. Sid Vicious Toys, man. Let's see what we got here. Mike Mansell, man. Mansell 472. Dude, this is an awesome Batman setup. I remember when he posted this earlier this week, man. This is a Batman animated series shot, and I like the lighting. It's all over a great shot here, man. You got this other room's got a warmer light, obviously, and it's still bouncing off Batman in this back wall. And in this fort room, you got a cooler light, which is really nice. It really helps break up the picture to, you know, foreground and background when you're setting up the composition. And then what it also does is it's building those complementary colors off of each other, because when you got your yellows, you want your blues, you know, orange blues. You want to try to keep that kind of tonality to it, and it really helps balance out the picture with your colors. It's really good shot there. I like it. Good stuff. We just saw that one, and we saw that one, and we saw that one last week. So this is awesome. All right, that's all it's let me see. I'll refresh this again, see if it works. But yeah, it's only let me see that, man. This is really depressing. We'll go to my stuff real quick and talk over some of my stuff real quick. I think I showed this one last week, maybe 5 days ago, maybe not. No, this is on Best of or Figure Flex Friday is what I put this where we saw this at. So I have a longer video for this, but this is, you know, the gist of it. It's a single light source. It's pointing down, and we're looking down at the figures. This is all really about the pose. As far as this ground here, what that is corkboard, and it's painted with a glossy black paint and sealed, and it makes it look like a street, which is pretty cool. So let's see. I think my new photos are Jerry G Block. Yeah, I don't know. I'll pull you up specifically H Green in a minute, man. Just give me a minute. We'll take a look at them. So yeah, I'm really happy with this shot. This is the Mafex Batman Dark Knight as a 2-pack. It's a great 2-pack because it was the only way I know I could get this Carrie Kelly Robin. And these capes are really nice wired capes. I really like these capes. Photoshop wise, the only thing I did was, of course, I always try to remove joints. I like to rubber stamp those out. And then I added another layer of just some particles, you know, because it's supposed to be like a helicopter pointing down at him. You know, Carrie's like going to shoot the helicopter because she's impulsive. She's a kid. She's very gung-ho. And then Batman is just kind of staring at the helicopter like, make your move. So that's really what that pose is going for. I really dig it personally. This I did for Facehugger Friday. I pulled out my Iron Man. It's been a while since I pulled him out. Did not do it behind the scenes for this. He's holding the Facehugger in one hand. What I wanted to do initially was I wanted to get him holding one like he caught it, and then he's shooting another one with his repulsors, but I couldn't get the pose to look right, so I just did one. But with this, you know, I just used the flare effect that I've been talking about with After Effects, and then I did a paintbrush tool to kind of brighten out that center point a little bit. And I also did the flare effects here from After Effects here. So it's a pretty straightforward picture. It's just straight in there. I'm using my 32 millimeter lens. I'm just right up there on top of it. 5.6 for my aperture, 4-second shutter. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I don't have any batteries on this guy. They're all taken out. Dude, this was I'm a little disappointed this just didn't get the love it should have gotten, to be honest with you. But this one was pretty cool. And now that I'm looking at it here, it looks a little too dark, so that's a little sad. But I reutilized my background for my Mandalorian shot, and in fact, we're gonna go to the behind the scenes here, and you know, we got a little bit of dirt here on the floor, of course. No actual lit lightsaber here. I got a light behind him right there, and the fog is all behind him. There's nothing really creeping out the door. I wanted it to be all in there, like he's walking out of that place, like he just destroyed whatever was going on in there. You saw that it was a red light there. There you go. Red light here. We're gonna get another shot here. I'll pause it here. There's the light that's behind him. So there you go. There's the distant shot. So I got one main light source here just to kind of give you a fill light. And then I got 2 red lights pointing towards the lightsaber, trying to get red from the different angles of the lightsaber itself with mid. So when you're doing a lightsaber, the biggest mistake I see when people are trying to light this, and nobody's perfect. There's a lot of different angles, but if you're not using an actual CCFL lit lightsaber, what you need to do is you need to try to get that red to cast, or whatever lightsaber color you're using. You need to try to get that color to cast on the body where it would be casting if the lightsaber was emitting that light. So in this example, the pause button is in the way. All right. In this example, I got this bigger red light, and that's pointing more, trying to cover the body right here of the predator, as much as I can along this edge. And then this one here is catching the inside of that hand, because this is a lightsaber. It's going to catch the inside of the arm as well as the outside of the arm, especially up by the hilt. And then of course it's hitting the wall to try to light up the wall, because the lightsaber is going to light that up. So and then of course I did the lightsaber in After Effects instead of drawing it in Photoshop. So there's the lightsaber in After Effects. That's why it was able to move like that. And then that's the After Effects still, and then here's the actual color graded version of the shot. So that's what we came out with right here. If I could do it over again, I'd probably try to get a little bit more, maybe not use the snoot, but just get a little bit more, probably put a barn door in there and get a little bit more red to kind of come down here. But that'd be if I had it to do over again. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Star Crash. How you doing, man? Thank you very much. I don't always get behind the scenes, but when I do, I do. Of course, there's my Spider-Man, and I didn't do a behind the scenes for that. We talked about that at the beginning of the show. This pose, like I said, when you're doing this pose, you're pretty much just laying them down, and you're not using this leg here. It's not bending outwards. It's bending this way, like you're doing the splits, and then you're folding it. And then you're turning the foot, you're pivoting that foot to come down here. And this leg is going to come forward and out. Again, you're just kind of doing the splits with this figure and laying them downwards. So he's doing like a one-handed push-up with his feet still touching the ground. No knees, though. The knees are not touching. The last shot I took this week, this was kind of a shot, but this is a hard figure to shoot. It's very plasticky. This is my DC Direct Morpheus from the Sandman. Thank you, Star Crash. Appreciate it. This is a DC Direct figure. It's about 13 inches, a little taller than your normal 6 scale figure. And I was like trying to think of a way. His arms are really hard to work with. They're not double jointed, which is one problem. The other problem is the pegs, the wrist pegs, don't have the ball pins, so they just peg straight out. That's it. They don't move. So his wrists can't really move at all because there's no ball to move them. It's just a straight peg. So trying to get these poses out of this guy is a pain in the butt. In order to do this pose, considering how bad the figure is, I actually had to use fishing twine and tie his hands together while holding the helmet so his hands stay closed on the helmet. It was tricky, very tricky. And these are some old stairs that I built. They're supposed to, this is the Dreaming, so he's just kind of going up to these stairs that you don't see leading to anywhere, but he's the Lord of Dreams, right? So, but I pulled this figure out because of the Sandman trailer last week, and this is, the Morpheus figure from the Sandman. I even went through and photoshopped his eyes because his eyes are supposed to be fields of stars, but you really can't see it from here, unfortunately. You can't get in there close enough to see it, but yeah, I wanted to add some more mist around the front and the back and stuff of the figure, but that was really messing with the lighting. For whatever reason, the blue would overtake everything and I'd lose the orange, and I wanted to keep that blue and orange. So for whatever reason, if I get any of that fogginess in there, it would pretty much just all be blue and we'd lose all the orange. I don't know why. We're just doing that. It was just a weird day. But yeah, there's that. Now, I got a treat for you guys. Here's the shot we're doing for tomorrow. For Predness Day. Rock on! Rock. This is that Mayfex Batman again. This one's going to be posted tomorrow. I haven't posted it yet. That cape is all in its wire posing there. It's really great. This is almost a direct ripoff of the Frank Miller's Dark Knight pose. Of course, the cape's not quite as bat-like in that pose, but what can you do? And I got the City Hunter here, the NECA City Hunter. The Batman is just like jumping right at, just going right for it. I love this Mayfex figure. You can really, really get some poses out of them. And this is kind of why I'm starting to fall in love with these smaller figures, man. You can really put them through the paces. But dude, thank you, Star Crash. Thank you. Hot Toys Hotline, man, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, this was an interesting figure to light because really, I wanted to have more of a diorama behind this. I wanted to have it like a cityscape, but I just didn't have anything. And so again, I used some particle effects and put that in the background there. Put some motion blur on them so they have a directional blur, like there's motion in the shot, even though I'm not blurring the actual figures. In the foreground, we get the Predator. He's got his combi stick up there. He's ready to thwart Batman if possible. But yeah, it's just a real solid figure. I love these figures, man. They're great figures. I got a light behind him, shining straight for him, but the stand was right here. So when I photoshopped that out, I lost some of the wider lights from the light behind him when I had to rubber stamp that stand out. It's okay. I mean, I just knew it was there. But yeah. So there's that shot there. Another shot that I posted this week for Friday the 3rd. No, not Friday the 3rd. I forget why, but I had this one as well. I had that whole grave scene that I dug up or that I made, and I wanted to do another shot, but I think Jason was a little too dark. So this is using the sidings and stuff that I built out of the foam, looking like dirt, so it looked like a grave. This is the NECA Jason figure inside the Mezco Nosferatu coffin. This figure is from Friday the 13th, Part 5, the dream sequence that Tommy has. So it's got the worms and stuff on the mask. Got the tombstone from that particular scene. Jason Voorhees, the wooden tombstone there. A pile of dirt here, which is pretty cool. But it's get booked out. You don't really see it, unfortunately. But yeah, it's an interesting shot. I needed a reason to put more light on the figure, though. Thank you, Hot Toys Hotline. Appreciate it. I appreciate it. So yeah, there's all that. I don't think I did a behind the scenes. Oh, maybe I did. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit behind the scenes here. So just to kind of give you a look, there's the pile of dirt I made there. It doesn't hold up quite that well just because of the bottom and stuff, really. But the pile of dirt is just, in order to make it, I just some browns on top of some carved out foam. And then I got actual sand mixed in with the base coat, which has also got Mod Podge, and it just helps, give it texture. So you just mix some dirt in there with the paint to get the texture when you're making that. Same thing with the walls, the exact same thing I've done there. This is different grasses and stuff I got from Hobby Lobby. So they didn't come out in the shot, of course, but yeah, real good times. I was trying to do rain on this shot too, but I didn't have enough backlight to show the rain. So yeah, those are the breaks. And of course, this is what I originally designed that for. When I did this one, was I originally designed that whole grave for this shot. So that's why I built it, and then I decided to reuse it. So cool stuff, right? Cool stuff. But yeah, you just start kind of building your own things as you go, guys. It's pretty crazy what happens when you want to do this stuff, when you want to do toy photography, right? You guys got any questions? Because I don't have anybody else here to bounce off of, and I feel like I'm kind of rambling. So we can just go with that. Let's see. Star Crash, what's your average man hours to do each set? It really depends, man. My most recent setup I'm working on right now is I'm working on a 6-scale Terminator endoskeleton thing. So I wanted to make some skulls. This is a base coated one already, so it's got a black base coat on it. Right, this is just fresh off the printer. So I got 4 of these. I'm printing up another 2 right now, so I'll have 6 of these total. And what I'm going to do is I'll bring this up so you can see it. What I'm going to do is probably there we go. See, well, no. See, I got all this dirt back here, so I'm going to probably bury these a little bit in the dirt once I paint them up and maybe make some other debris and stuff, and have an Endoskeleton's Terminator running around in like the flashback sequence. Hot Toys Hotline, what would you say are the first things you need to get started with toy photography? Imagination, really. Because I mean, that's when I'm watching, when I'm seeing people take pictures of their toys, one of the biggest things, and I really try not to nitpick because not everybody can do it, but one of the biggest things is people just trying to come up with the shot. It's not just the camera and the lights, but you have to have the right angles of the figures, and I don't always get it. Like this, this was supposed to be a nice walking pose here, and he looks very stiff and not very good at all. So now, and when I took the shot, you could see he was walking, but my angle did not really land it. And the reason why the angles suffered like this is because I only had this one bit of grass, and if I angled it from any higher, you'd see the cutoff of the grass, and it wouldn't work. So the shot wouldn't work. As to what 3D printer I own the Anycubic Photon Mono X. I've had it for 2 years. I've only used it for a total of maybe 2.5, 3 months because it kept breaking on me. I've since replaced the broken part after a year of it just being down and being a paperweight, and I'm printing again. So hopefully it will continue to work. We'll see. But yeah, posing is one of the hardest things to really work out, and learning the angle in which the pose, best suits for your photograph. Like, let me see if I can find another weird. This pose bothers me. Mando's pose is great, on point, but I rushed the Trooper's pose, and he looks very stiff. And on top of that, these Troopers don't bend well at all. So, camera-wise, I'm very happy with my Canon M50. The EOS M50, I'm very happy with it. It's a lower budget camera. I got it specifically for YouTube when I bought it, and then started taking pictures with it, and it's worked out fine for me. But I'm not saying that's the camera you need. You can use your phone. It's just a matter of controlling the light at that point and the pose. And your depth of field, which the phone doesn't handle quite that well. So depth of field is a big thing you want to play with. Like this shot here, it took me the longest time to start using any foreground elements. So this queen in the foreground, she's blurred out. She's in the foreground. He's focused. This is all blurring out, and that's intentional. It gives that action-y feel to it without actually having to use your motion blur and everything. You're just playing with depth of field. Another depth of field shot. I got this coming towards the camera this here. We're focused on her face, but everything, this is coming towards the camera. This is, away from the camera, and it's all giving you a depth blur effect. That's from the depth of field. So if you look here, I'm using f3.5. That's my aperture, Hot Toys Hotline. And what your aperture is your focal range. So say I want to focus on this, but I don't want anything behind it, and I don't want anything in front of it. So your aperture, you see how my hand was doing that, and it was creating weird bokeh effects there. But that's called a bokeh, that blur. So what happens is, you focus on this, your aperture is going to determine how far, like here's your camera over this way, right? And you're focusing over here. Your aperture is going to determine how much of this field, either you focus like, right here on the front of it, or just, it focuses much around this thing, or you want some of the background in. It's just going to open up your lens shutter. The aperture is basically the width of the lens. The lower the number, the wider your lens is open. And that's going to let more light in, and it's going to allow it to focus on more things at once as the light shrinks, which is weird. Scientifically, I don't know how to explain it. But so the higher the number is, the bigger your field of your depth of field. So, wow, it's really weird how they do that. So if I have it on like f16, I'm probably got like from here all the way to this thing is in focus. If I get f2, probably just this, and everything behind it is out of focus, and everything in front of it is out of focus. So it just creates that blur effect. Now, the lower that number, so if you're at f 1.4, 1.8, 2.0, the less light you're going to need because your shutter is open. It's letting a lot of light in. It's giving you that shallow depth of field. It's giving you all that light. If you want more things in the shot, though, your shutter gets tighter, and then you're going to need more light. And then, heaven forbid, you want to speed up your shutter because you're taking a picture of something that's moving or whatever. Then you need even more light, and that's where ISO comes in. Sometimes you're going to need that ISO, and what that's going to do is basically artificially produce the light it needs to give you the focus. I'm really dumbing that down. But it's going to artificially produce that light you need to get the focus of what you want. However, the higher the ISO, the worse it gets as far as the grain goes, because it will add grain. If you're using, here's a good example. Let's see. Hold on here. There's one where I shot and I forgot to set the ISO back down. Where'd it go? Where'd who go? Oh, where is it? Ah, there we go. So, in this shot here, see how this predator is? This is a whole bunch of. You can see the grain here. See all this grain, like all these spots. You know, that's because I have my ISO at 6400. You typically want to try to shoot around 100. Your phone takes away a lot of this from you. You don't have to think about this stuff. But then again, it still causes its own problems. So, you know, this has got a really, really high ISO because I had left it on auto. So all the lighting and stuff I was doing, my camera was like, okay, in order to make this in focus, I'm going to just crank this ISO up. And since you got on auto, I'm not going to tell you what I did. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. We're just going to go. So, yeah, you gotta be careful what your settings are. Yeah, I'm sorry if it wasn't. There are better ways to explain it. Hot Toys Hotline, I'm sure, but give you the gist of it anyway. Another one that I left my ISO on, and I haven't reposted this one either of these to the new account yet. Somewhere on here, there it is. This one here, you can see a lot of the grain here. I left the ISO on really high. It's not too bad here because the rain kind of takes away from the eye seeing it, and there's not a lot of heavy light on that. But yeah, there's a lot of grain in this shot, and that's because I left the ISO way too high. So, but yeah, if you don't have your ISO way too high, you get nice, clean shots like that. Sometimes, though, you do want those grainy shots. It all depends on what you're going for. But in any case, guys, if you want us to go over any more of your shots, I really don't know what to tell you as far as... let me see if this even refreshes if it breaks. Wow, it worked that time. H-Green, though. H-Green had some new shots. That's right. Commander Green. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Commander Green. I didn't forget about you. See? It took me a minute, but I remembered. So here's some of his new shots here. I mean, this is really nice, actually. I like this a lot. No, Commander, my hashtag is all kinds of broken. Is why your stuff's not showing up. But yeah, dude, I like this a lot. You even using that attachment on there. I never bothered to use that because I'm afraid I'll break it or lose it. But I like this shot a lot. I like the use of your background lighting, just doing the bokeh effect stuff. This is just your detox or whatever behind that, right? Just giving you that lighting in the room. This is in the room, right? This has worked out really well, and it's not so much that you're lighting up to give you a rim light, but it does separate that background from a straight black, and it pulls the figures out of that darkness a little bit, even though they're still coming out of the darkness. It's really working. And yeah, this is from Captain Rex. Yeah. But those are 2 501st figures. Let's see what else we got. Oh, dude, I love this one. This is his 2-pack Boba Fett, right? You get the 2-pack, right? And yeah, this is the dad bod Boba Fett. Rocking the outdoor shot. Your pose is on point. Your angle's on point. The only thing I would have tried to work out, and you're usually really good at this, is getting the right foliage behind him. Actually, no, I guess you did okay with that because this kind of looks like regular bushes, but it's ivy or whatever. Yeah, okay. The trees just look huge. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. Hell, this is fine. I'm just gonna move on. These are awesome. This is awesome, and you even got the nice glare on his visor. I love that. I love that. The one a limitation with this figure is he doesn't quite have enough of a dad bod for this. I don't think. Like he doesn't have enough of that gut. It's a little sad, but I love this shot. It's a great shot. And then I think we went over this, or no, this was over on Figure Flex. You got Maul stalking the two troopers here. You got your Coruscant guard with your 501st trooper, and he's calling, trying to find out where Maul might be. Now I got the 3D printer working though, and I got my Clone Wars Maul coming at some point. I'm gonna print out some of those walls from the so I can have him walking around doing the force shields there with the wall pieces and stuff. I'm gonna print out some of that stuff. It'll be pretty cool, I think. But yeah, good times here. I like this. This is a really nice shot. You're getting really good at this lighting here, H Green or Commander Green. This one here, yeah, this is a nice foreground use of the gaffy stick, and you got your damaged trooper. You got beat up, knocked out with this. Really nice. I'm taking you using a bounce card back here and just shining some light on it to give you that sky look, which is what I would do. And of course, taking a picture of that. And I can kind of tell you're doing that because it falls off to darkness over on this side. It's hard to eliminate that entirely, but good stuff. The only thing that bothers me on this shot is the dirt. It's too clean. I know it's store-bought sand, so there's only but so much you can do. But this is why I don't use store-bought sand. I went outside and dug out some dirt. But not everybody has access to the nice dirt. Some people have just clay, and that doesn't translate well either. So I get it. You take what you can get. Maybe try getting some food coloring and adding a little bit of food coloring into it, so we get different colors into it. And that way, it won't look so sandboxy play sand kind of thing. I think that'd be a really good solution, Commander Green. Maybe add a little bit of food coloring and do that. Just kind of dye it, mix it up. Not a lot, just a little bit, so you can get some different differentiating colors in the grains, so it looks more natural. Oh yeah. So yeah, guys, if you're following H Green, his account was not hacked. He just changed his name from H Green to Commander Green. So here's his Jango Fett. This is a really great shot, man. This is wow. And I did like this one. Wow. All right. Wow. This is a good shot here. I love the lighting on this. This looks like something straight out of the show or something, just straight out of the movie. Like maybe that's factory there, and you got just on point lighting all over this, man. Yeah, maybe some different sizes mixed in there too. Definitely that could work. Yeah, I really like this. There's really nothing I can say about this one, man. I can't see anything evidently that I need to even address. I mean, he's separated from the background by the subtle lights that you got going on here. You even got a rim light there behind him, because you can tell with the lit up white light here. This is kind of below him, behind him. So yeah, that works out really well. It's a great shot, H Green. I like it a lot. And I think we looked at all the rest. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like it. All right, well, with that, guys, I think we're done for the day. Unless you guys have any other questions you want to go over, I'm here. I can answer some more questions. I just don't want to ramble and make you guys have to put up with me. You don't want to. So But in case you're curious, I will not be on Brother's Cousin stream this Thursday. I'm going to a concert, although I feel very misled. I thought I was going to go see the Dead Kennedys, and I'm going to see all but the main Dead Kennedy. I'm going to see everybody but Jello. Jello is not going to be there, so I'm a little sad about that. I saw Dead Kennedys going to be here, and I was like, oh, never seen them. And then buy my ticket, and I'm looking closer. I'm like, where's Jello? There's no Jello. So, yeah, right, cool, man. Yeah, I've been listening to Dead Kennedy since junior high, man. But they were more of a West Coast band when they performed. They didn't really do a lot of, at least at my time when I was doing concerts, they didn't do a lot. In fact, they had already lost, the band already fell apart by the time I really was old enough to go to concerts. That type of music, anyway. So, yeah. But yeah, Star Crash, thank you so much. And Bob Dylan, if you're still here, I want to thank you again for that super chat. That was awesome of you. Much appreciated. Guys, make sure if you haven't, check out the memberships. We do give away wallpaper once a month. It's a wallpaper for your desktop and your phone. We'll crop it to work on both. If you are a member, you get a free wallpaper at the end of each month. And you get to vote on the wallpaper. If you remember right now, there's a poll up. You can see what the votes are, though. Even if you're not a member, you just go to the community tab and you can see what the poll is, or what the images are. And of course, YouTube itself crops some of them, so you may need to go find the Instagram or something to find the full picture. But you know, we do what we can, right? So this month we got 2 shots from me and 2 shots from Loco Lu that you get to choose from. You'll get one, so you just vote on it, and that's the one you'll get. Hopefully, if that one's the one that wins. So, but this month we got. Let's see. We'll look over them real quick. Let me go to my channel here real quick and go to the community tab. Yeah. All right. So we'll bring this up real quick. So again, this is cropped, but you know, there's the one shot there. This is the first wallpaper of mine, and then of course I got this was the other one selected. You know, the Aliens versus Predator in the rain, City Hunter versus the 2 aliens. Then Loco Lu, this is the one that he and I both worked on last week on the show. I kind of directed the setup and did the Photoshop and editing on it, and he took the picture, which is really great, and he did the overall posing. Good stuff there. And then he's got this Leonardo one he did all on his own, so we'll crop that accordingly. You know, if you guys choose that one. So right now, though, you know, it's a 3-way tie right now, so hopefully it's not going to be a 4-way tie. I think you guys are all getting together and be like, I'll trade you this and this. We just each spread our votes out. So we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I guess that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And with that, guys, we'll see you guys next week. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks again.